Kelsey, how would you describe the end of the game and maybe not finishing it over the hump?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
How would you describe the end of the game and why you all were not able to close it out?
I don't think what happened at the end of the game came down to why we lost. I think that a lot happened before that. I think you got to take accountability and look in the mirror as far as defensive assignments, foul trouble, keeping the refs out the game, discipline. So it's a lot that you got to take on the chin in regards to why we lost, and at the end wasn't it.
And Myisha, as one of the defensive leaders of this team, and Kelsey as well, how do you all view your defense at this stage of the season, and what issues continue to arise?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can get better. We have to get better. We're capable of doing. We have everyone in the locker room that can defend. So we just got to take accountability, like what Kelsey was just saying, and do it. So, yeah, I mean, we all can play defense, though.
Maybe accountability is the answer to what you're saying, but where do you feel the biggest difference between your defense at its best and at its worst recently?
We're dictating. When we're at our best, we're dictating. We're forcing teams into tough twos, which is something that we want to do. We're not letting teams get to the free throw line and shooting. I mean, they shot 33 free throws today. So, I mean, just being able to defend without fouling, having them shoot over our hands, and just playing disciplined.
Just kind of to your point, Myisha, Steph talks a lot about defending without fouling, and how did that kind of just fall apart in the fourth quarter a little bit, especially at the end?
I thought you were about to take it. I mean, I felt like we got undisciplined. The first 3 quarters, we were, for the most part, having them do what we wanted them to do. And then the fourth quarter, we slowed it down by them shooting free throws. So, I mean, just getting undisciplined, honestly. They ran the same play over and over, and we just had to figure out how to stop it. And I think we were unable to do that. But, again, this is the learning curve and something that we have to go through, and I'd rather do it now than in a few months.
Kelsey, Caitlin left there in the third quarter. Did you obviously notice it, but, like, how do you adjust on the fly when you're used to having a player out there in a certain amount of minutes or rotations and you trying to close the game?
You try not to think about it. You try to keep your mind focused on what's important for the rest of the team. It's a next man up mentality. It's unfortunate that CC wasn't a part of it, but that's what this job is about. That's what this game is about. And so the next person up was Ray. And so you pour in the Ray like you would anybody else. And I would like to think that that's how our locker room is. And so, like I said, it sucks that CC wasn't part of it down the stretch. But this is what it's about, and you got to be able to take the challenges as they come.
And then with Caitlin in particular, when she is out, I guess, what responsibilities do you have to take on if it is an extended period of time?
I don't think my job is too different. I think stay aggressive, be me, but also be able to make the sacrifices for everyone else around me. I'm one of those people, I want everybody to eat around me. And so if I got to give 2 here and give AB a 3 and give Maya what she got to get and Lacey, I just think that that's how we're going to be our best selves.
Mentioned Raven being the next woman up. What did you see from her tonight that you liked?
I just think that experience is going to keep making her, the PG that she is, the PG that she's going to be for us. I think that just comes with experience. She got through in the fire as far as situation is concerned, and I thought that she responded well. I thought she was aggressive. I thought that we all aggressive, maybe a little too aggressive for the refs, but I thought that, at the point of attack, she was there, she was present, and I think that that's how it got to be. And them the people that you want to fight with, go to war with, and them the ones that you want to rock with every night, no matter what.
Kelsey, you mentioned keeping the refs out of the game earlier. I think you just touched on them again now. In what ways is that affecting you guys, and how do you feel like that was potentially a problem tonight?
Yeah, it was tough. I fouled out, so you can imagine how I feel, but I think that we, a little handsy. Obviously, it's a 50-50 in everything that you do in life, and so the refs called it, and so we had to be smarter. We got to be a little bit more aligned in what we need, and just not letting the discipline take us and not letting anything else get above that.
You're coming in here aware of what happened 2 nights ago? And that still happens? Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. And the reckless closeout that they actually reviewed, and the foot still comes down on top of the defender's foot that wasn't upgraded? Absolutely disrespectful. We have a generational talent and a WNBA superstar who had 2 cheap shots right there that weren't called. And I just say, again, absolutely unacceptable.
Steph, do you think that the league needs to look into how Caitlin Clark is defended or how she's officiated going forward?
I mean, we spent all off season looking at officiating. All off season. And I still say the one thing that we keep asking for is consistency. She is not called the same way everybody else is called.
Stephanie, at the end of regulation on that final play, were you aware that you had a reset timeout, or are you just basing that solely on the scoreboard?
No, we were aware. We were supposed to use it. Yep.
Did you attempt to call it and the referees didn't call it, or what was it, miscommunication? What happened?
I think it just didn't get called. It didn't get called. You know, that's something when we get the rebound, we secure the rebound, we call timeout. We got the rebound and we were getting ready to call it, and it didn't happen.
You talk a lot about defending without fouling, and that seemed to be an issue late in the fourth quarter, and especially with that offensive foul on Kelsey at the end of the game. Just what do you have to stress to kind of continue the defending without fouling, and just what do you think of that last foul on Kelsey or the offensive foul as well?
I thought the last offensive foul was soft compared to the couple that had happened earlier in the game. You know, was there extension? Yeah. It was down. It wasn't out. You know, I thought that's a really soft marginal contact call right there. There were multiple plays in the game where I felt like we should have gotten that call and we didn't. You know, as far as the defending without fouling, it's discipline. I thought Phoenix in that fourth quarter did a really good job of just attacking downhill and coming straight at us. You know, we got to be a little bit more disciplined. You know, I think it was 12 free throw attempts. I think there were a couple where we fouled intentionally, but yeah, I mean, that's just we have to have a little bit more want to. We got to be more disciplined in those situations. And that's, you know, on us as coaches, like we got to keep working it. We just got to keep working it.
Steph, one more on Caitlin. Obviously, you're very forceful tonight. What made you want to maybe make that statement so forcefully tonight after you defended her in the past, but obviously a little more fire?
Because they were so egregious. I mean, the fist in the throat is crazy. It's crazy. It's dangerous. The landing spot, when you went to review it, and she still comes down on top of another foot, like, I don't know. Because to me, that's like a do-over on a test. How do you screw it up again? And it's just, when you have these things continue to happen time and time and time and time and time again, eventually it gets frustrating. But I thought those were just more egregious.
Steph, when Caitlin went out and Raven came in to run point more, what did you see from Raven in those moments, and what would you like to see her grow from this?
Her pace, number one. You know, she's an activity on the defensive end of the floor. You know, she's got great size. She's got good speed and quickness. I thought she did a good job of getting the ball down the floor. She's good at playing with pace in the open court. And you know, in terms of growth, it's just consistency. You know, a couple of those fouls. You know, some things that she was used to getting away with in college that you can't in the pros. Just discipline from that standpoint. She's going to learn that. You know, offensively, some opportunities that she probably had to rip and go on some extra passes, and she gave it right back instead of attacking. But the thing I'll always love about Raven is she's not afraid to take big shots, and she hit a big shot in the corner, big three in the corner. She's not afraid of the moment. She gets to the next play. She's going to keep getting better.
Steph, I know you say you don't have an update on Caitlin, but when it comes to her back, how careful do you all have to be moving forward? And if she has to miss time, how does your team have to adjust?
I think we got to be careful. You know, it's a long season. We got to make sure that she's healthy. You know, as far as adjustments, like it's next player up. You know, Ty's got to be ready to play some more minutes. You know, obviously Raven has to be ready. We've got to take on a little bit more collectively. I think find ways to get our bigs a little bit more involved. Specifically, you know, we think about Mo and you know, her ability to get some shots off the move. You know, get her in the two-man a little bit more. This is unfortunately not unfamiliar territory for some of the players on our team. But everybody's a pro, and everybody's got to be ready to go.
You mentioned talking to the officials at halftime and then I think 2 in the first quarter. Either way, what did they say? Did they offer any explanation or any guidance on their calls, lack of calls?
On the play specifically with Caitlin,
Yes.
they didn't see it.